Joe Zikas from YoChicago.com. We're on the new east side of Chicago, Lakeshore East area, with Stephanie Konow on my left and Katie Bommarito on my right, the entrepreneurs who founded ChicagoRentalsDirect.com. Hello, ladies.
Hello. Danny here at the Garden at Columbus Plaza. This is our first stop on our Lakeshore East tour. We're going to show 6 high-rise buildings today in the area, all of which are very closely located but very different in terms of what they offer.
Columbus Plaza, where we are now, is one of the older buildings.
Built in 1980, Columbus Plaza has a lot of amenities. As you can see, we're standing in the garden right now. It also has Wi-Fi in the lobby, and there is a rooftop gym and sun deck area on the 48th floor. You can get sun all year round up there, even in the winter.
Yeah, so we've got a lot of different unit types here. We have studio, convertible, 1 and 2 bedrooms. The 2 beds have a split floor plan. All units have floor-to-ceiling windows. We don't have balconies here because it's a little bit older, but through the lobby you can't get down to the pedway, which we'll go take a look at later, which is a really nice access from the side of town.
And in the older buildings, we don't have in-unit washer-dryers either.
No, we do not. We have a laundry room.
And you'll save a lot of money by living in one of the older buildings over here. The studios start around the high $1,100 range. The 2 bedrooms start at about the high 2,200s and go up from there. But that's one of the lower prices that you'll find anywhere in this area.
Now, one of the great things you guys are doing is connecting tenants and landlords directly so that people don't need to work through apartment rental services to find their next place.
Absolutely, yeah. You oftentimes will get the best deal hands down by going straight to the landlord or management company, because then they don't have to pay a referral fee or commission for tenancy.
Where we are, all the 6 buildings we're going to look at are maybe a 2-minute walk away from each other, and people don't need to get in a car with some stranger from a rental service to find an apartment here.
Absolutely not. You do it all yourself. Just walk around. We'll lead the way.
We have the Tides and the Shoreham at Lakeshore East right behind you. Very similar buildings, built within the last half dozen years.
Yeah, the Shoreham was built first, so it's got the pool facing out west to get that nice afternoon sun. We've got white appliances in there, but you've got floor-to-ceiling windows, balcony, in-unit laundry, studios, convertibles, 1 and 2 beds. Got the studios starting at $1,350 and 2 beds all the way up to $3,000 for those premium lake and city views.
What do you like best about this neighborhood?
Well, we definitely like the location. You are right near the lake. You can go get your fun at Navy Pier. Easy access to the loop if you're going to go to work. You know, I guess the best thing is really the views that you can get from here. Really nice lake and city views.
Well, what's going to happen to the views from the Tides when what's going on down here fills up with a 50-story building? It's going to be bye-bye view, north views from the Tides, right?
Looks like they might have a bit of an obstructive view if we put a building right here, but could be a while out. These guys aren't doing too much down there right now.
But it could be also a while you have construction noise and dirt and everything going on there.
Absolutely, yeah. It's good to see that they're still building things, because getting pretty tight here in the city in terms of vacant apartments. So it'll be nice to have some new things out on the market. This is the Tides right here. This was built a couple years after the Shoreham, and only differs in terms of really the interior, black appliances instead of white. And the amenities floors on both the Tides and the Shoreham are really spectacular and really great for renters. Draws a lot of community in. There's a whole floor that's got a gym and a business center and a pool and a spa, game room, lounge, just anything you could ever want in an apartment community. Really nice way to meet your neighbors and get a feel for the area. Well,
from what I understand, it doesn't have everything you could want in an apartment community, because on Yelp the tenants are complaining about the heat and the cold. It has a 2-pipe heating and cooling system, and in transitional times you can't control your temperature.
That is true, especially right here where it's always a little chillier by the lake.
We're standing up below Aqua now, looking out at the park at Lakeshore East, which is really a spectacular park.
Yeah, it looks really nice here with the weather. We've got some people playing frisbee and some ponds and benches, and the whole park is wireless as well as dog friendly, so it's really a nice perk for residents that live around here, especially in the city when you can't find a lot of green space like this.
Yeah, the park is definitely one of the big perks to living in this area.
Tell me what you guys just saw hopping across the road down there.
We saw the biggest bunny I've seen in a long time. Which is really, again, something that you might not find just in anywhere in the city, but since you've got so much green here, the animals feel free to roam.
It was as big as a Buick, right?
Yeah.
You won't find him in the loop.
Might not pass the weight limit for an apartment. Around this park here, there's a shuttle that comes through during rush hour to take people to public transportation, so you don't have to walk if you can't get to the pedway. And another thing we'd like to mention is that most of the buildings here have on-site management, so if you'd like to lease an apartment, just visit the leasing office. Check it out.
One thing all these buildings do not have, with the exception of the Aqua, is direct access to the pedway. The pedway is an underground walkway system, connects many different buildings in the loop. You can get to that from the Aqua and from a couple of other buildings in the loop, but not directly from any of the Lakeshore East buildings.
And we're also looking out across Lakeshore Park towards North Harbor Tower, which is one of the older 80s buildings.
Yeah, North Harbor Tower was built in 1988. It is 55 stories, so it's a pretty tall one out here. As Joe said, it's a little bit older than most of the others. It doesn't have in-unit laundry, no balconies. You won't find a gas range in the building. Everything's electric.
They do have a very big gym, which offers free classes to their residents, as well as 3-bedroom apartments, which are a little bit harder to find in the area here, so
they're impossible except for North Harbor Tower.
Yeah, that is actually true. You know, so if you're looking to live downtown in a 3-bedroom, it's definitely a great option.
But there is a waiting list, so get in early if you want one of those 3 bedrooms.
Or you can probably pay 2 or 3 times the rent and rent a condo at $340 on the park, which we're looking at here.
Yes, those are in the multiple thousands, even for a 1-bedroom, but they are absolutely beautiful.
Yeah, I saw one place in there one time that had bamboo floors. We had to put little booties on over our shoes to take a tour.
And the south views are incredible from the building, but you will pay a pretty penny to live there.
Looking out over Millennium Park. Now we're also looking at where the new Mariano's Fresh Market is going to be going in.
Definitely something that's necessary in this neighborhood and will really add value to the area. I think if the residents can have somewhere they can just go grab groceries instead of trucking them back from across the river, really help them out.
They've been waiting quite a few years for that to come up, so they'll be happy to have it.
They do have a CVS pharmacy around the corner here. All of these buildings are dog friendly, are they not?
On certain floors you can have dogs in the majority of these buildings. I think almost every single one of them will accept dogs on some floors.
And some of them, I think, also restrict the size of your dog and the breed.
Most rental buildings have like 25 or 30 pound limit on dogs, except for Millennium Park Plaza, which we'll see next, that they allow big dogs.
And the other restriction is usually no aggressive breed, so they have to be a non-aggressive breed and under 25 pounds for most of these buildings.
We're now at Aqua, the final building, next to final building on our tour, and the priciest.
And
Yes.
this, also the newest.
Yes, the Aqua was built in 2009. It is 82 stories and encompasses commercial, retail, residential,
And now hotel.
now
Coming
hotel,
soon,
and
hotel.
condo as well. So this building really does have it all.
Yeah, you can kind of tell as you're looking up the reason it's called the Aqua, or the balconies are supposed to look like waves. Get a nice view of that from here. But really what's awesome about this building are the amenities. You have 2 full floors of amenities, some indoor, some outdoor. We've got a really nice pool area with a huge sun deck, cabanas, fire pits. We also have an indoor basketball court. We've got a gym, theater, game room, business center. Pretty much any amenity you could ever imagine is here at the Aqua. There's also some iFit program that they do through the gym here, so you can have like a personal training as well.
But all of those wonderful amenities will cost you. For the smallest unit they have here, which is a studio, you're going to pay at the very low end almost $1,600 a month. And for the 2 bedrooms, which is the largest unit they have, those start at about $3,000 a month. So,
And they go up well into the 4,000s.
they go up depending on view and height in the building, but that $3,000 is just a starting price.
You can also get to the pedway from the Aqua.
One thing people might not understand as they look up at the 82 floor height here is that the apartments are pretty much in the middle of the building.
They are, yeah. The bottom third was dedicated to the hotel, and then the rentals are in the center, and the condos are at the very top.
Where are we now?
We are standing in front of Millennium Park Plaza, which is the last building on our tour. We are right on Michigan Avenue at Michigan and Lake Street, as you can see. This is the closest you can get to the Loop in the Lakeshore East area, and you are right in the mix.
Millennium Park Plaza was built in the 60s, but it has been redone since, and this is one of the only rental buildings you'll find downtown that has hardwood floors. It's also got some newer finishes, granite countertops, stainless steel appliances. However, no central air, and it doesn't have in-unit laundry. But these are priced right.
We've got studios, 1 and 2 bedrooms in here. There's also a top-level fitness center and pool, which has got a really nice view of Grant Park. So even though you're inside, you can look outside.
And there are restaurants in this building as well, retail. I mean, there's a lot that you can find going on here without even having to leave the building.